Hey ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. As always, it is Nick here, back to the day of the crypto news and analysis, and today we're going to be talking about Hedera or HBAR. So recently, as you guys did probably notice from my earlier videos, if you guys did watch them, that CoinMarketCap was having a little bit of a glitch in terms of its prices. Currently Bitcoin is up about 0.63%. It did hit a little bit of a high. Don't regard this price here, but it did hit a little bit of a high before that. I can't really see it here, but we could pretty much look at it if you guys want to. I'm probably not going to look at it too much, but it hit like 48K or so. It wasn't like a high in terms of its recent all-time high or anything like that. Just it pretty much bounced back a little bit from 46K. Now, with that, we also seen, HBAR bouncing a little bit, nothing too crazy. It hit about like 23 cents. I'm not going to be bullish on Bitcoin or Hedera. First off, my targets are Bitcoin at about 53.5K to about 56K. My targets on Hedera is pretty much around like the 36 centile range. I've discussed why 36 cents is very key in the past. Just so you guys know, 36 cents is pretty much, and we can pretty much throw this on the chart. So real quick, let's go to 36 cents just to show you guys how much strength is actually there. So, 36 cents was the point that we pretty much laid to rest as a major support zone, even going back as far as the 15th of March. I do want us to break back up into that major zone. Obviously, there is a little bit more support down at around the like 35.7 mark, but I'm gonna just round it up to 36 cents. We really need to break over that, and as you guys do see, there's resistance at that point. So once we do break over that, find support there, that's going to be the strong point for us. A lot of these, charts where we bottomed out on, even like the recent bottom that we hit, which I suspect that downside is not just limited yet. That's because I'm waiting for Bitcoin to validate that. But the bottom levels that we hit are like bottom levels from August. This is pretty much August support going back to the 12th and the 13th. So these levels that we went down to were pretty much deliberate levels. I believe that a lot of these markets, or not these markets, but these altcoins in this market are manipulated in terms of price. Hedera is no different. I think Hedera is probably one of the most hyper-suppressed assets in this space currently. And yeah, I mean, right now I'm just kind of watching everything unfold within this market slowly. I'm waiting very patiently on the sidelines, waiting for the next major validation move on Bitcoin. I suspect that we are still in a lengthened cycle, as you guys do know. So with all of that in mind, before we fully jump on into this video, I just want to ask if you guys could please leave a like on this video. It does help the channel grow immensely. You guys have no idea how much it does. And yeah, I mean, if you guys could do that, I'd love it. And I'd appreciate it. Also, if you guys do want to go check out NCashOfficial.com, you guys are more than welcome to go check out the Ultimate Crusader Trading Bundle Pack, which is on sale 35% off currently. It does include everything as well as my most recent Ultimate Swing Trading Strategy that took portfolios from 1K to $1 million. It's a fairly significant strategy that I do live by in this market, and it does really help a lot, especially if you guys aren't pretty much confident in how you should sell, when you should sell, and stuff like that. It really does help you build a sustainable portfolio with pretty much little to no capital. So you guys are more than welcome to go check that out. Of course, links are down in the description and also the comments below. Now, I do want to talk to you guys a little bit about Hedera. So on the 1 day, social metrics are up significantly, probably due to the glitch on CoinMarketCap. On the 1 week, though, and on the 1 month, social metrics are just not looking good. There's not a lot of social volume, which is probably expected, especially with a lot of altcoins. We've talked about this even with QNT. I suspect that this is probably just because of the market being a little bit down. When things start to pump, everybody does just kind of, love to see it. But overall, in my mind, I think that this entire market's going to change drastically. I do want to say right now, though, the main focus point of this video is probably going to be a little bit of Solana, just because I know Solana is still number 5. It's worth $47.9 billion in market cap, and we don't know why. The reason why I say that is because, check this out, right? So cannot currently execute trades on Solana. Pretty sure the entire market is down again. Laugh out loud. And yeah, Solana went down yet again. I know that I just reported on it, but yeah, it just went down again. And we do see here, this is pretty scary, to be honest. Anytime someone wants, apparently they can crash the entire Solana network with a DDoS. I'm okay with some bugs here and there, but this is starting to happen on a daily basis. And we do actually, or we found out that it wasn't a DDoS attack. It was actually a single project that launched on Solana. It's Soul Chicks. It's literally chickens that launched on Solana that took down the network. I mean, this is a problem. Okay, I'm just saying it right now. A number 5 crypto asset that goes, a network, I should say, that goes down due to a single project, that is a concern, and that should be a problem, especially if you are a Solana holder. Okay, we've seen networks go down in the past, but in my mind, Hedera, a network that has a ton of use cases on it, a ton of transactional volume. Just today, we've seen like it was a massive amount of volume. In fact, we could pretty much look at it real quick. So, today alone, transactional volume 4.2, almost 4.3 million transactions. And we also seen the transaction value be worth about 110.3 million HBAR, and the network didn't go down. Okay, this is why, in my mind, Hedera is the most secure and the safest network to really kind of launch a lot of these projects on. That's why I don't see why it's not in the top 10, at least at the current scale. Okay, I've talked to you guys about this and I've discussed it to you guys, but overall, that's just my overall opinion. Let me know what you guys think about that down in the description below, or in the comments below, sorry. Now, we do talk a lot about NFTs and the future of the NFT marketplace, and even just in general the ecosystem for NFTs, but we also look at Infinite by Suku. As you guys do know, this is pretty much an NFT metaverse, sort of, if you will, that is being built on Hedera. They went public. Okay, so they went public just yesterday, and we did see, Hedera congratulate them. And the significant thing about Infinite is that Infinite is actually very large in terms of what they are building. Now, I know that their website takes up a ton of CPU power. I mean, it's really hard to kind of navigate, but of course they have a ton of stuff on here. You can pretty much look at their marketplace in general. So I'll just click their marketplace, and you can really kind of see everything that is on here. There's shoes, there's just NFT collections in general. This is actually very big. So in my mind, a lot of this is actually very, it's very nice compared to like OpenSea and stuff. This is very interesting. And I've always said that these NFT marketplaces, I know that they're not like, a huge use case like transactions and stuff like that, but this is also very interesting. I mean, when we're talking about the NFT market really kind of growing, I really do think that NFT, projects that are built on Hedera, first off, don't have to suffer the idea of like Solana or like a network that has a ton of NFT, networks and platforms on it. You don't have to, be concerned about the network going down. So I think that a lot of the NFT, markets and, just in general projects are going to prosper ahead of a lot of the other ones, due to, them being built on something like Hedera. That is going to allow them to scale at a massive rate. Obviously, transactional flows and stuff like that are not going to be a major problem because it is built on something like Hedera and it's very secure. So I think that this is great. And I think that this is also a huge leap into, what we could really be seeing with a lot of these NFT platforms and projects in general. And this is also very good for Hedera as well, because this is going to mean a ton of, transactional flows. Now, I do also want to talk to you guys a little bit about HexLex, or HashLex, which is pretty much Rolexes that are NFTs. They're pretty cool. They're interesting. And like I said, a lot of this is going to continue to prosper on, Hedera. I think that this is great. And when we're talking about what is happening, this is just one of many NFT projects that are on Hedera. Now, talking about this and talking about the Metaverse, we talk more so about this. So this goes back 3 days. Metaverse opens the gateway for luxury NFTs to become a multi-billion-dollar market. They're actually saying that by 2030, this could be a $56 billion market. I think that this is actually very big, and of course they do have the watch and rings and stuff like that here. And when we're talking about the NFT market, it is growing rapidly, as you guys do see by this graph. And when we're talking about NFTs in general, there's so many more use cases for them. I honestly think that NFTs are going to be so much bigger than people are actually looking at. And we do see here Gucci, Balenciaga, Karl Lagerfeld. We're seeing, a ton of major brands moving into NFTs because they do see the major potential behind it. Okay, and when we're talking about something like this, which is HashLex, I think Rolexes are going to be truly brought into the NFT scene. I think a lot of major jewelry, companies are going to move into NFTs as well, similar to what Nike just did with, the Metaverse. Now, we also see here, we asked seven venture capitalists if the Metaverse is the next big thing or just a lot of hype. And we do see here, they did, say that Hedera Hashgraph is a key player in this space. They even asked, do you have any Metaverse companies in your portfolio? Yes, we have been investing across all 3 layers of stack that we believe will ultimately power the metaverse. Platforms like, for example, Ethereum, Avalanche, and Hedera, the middleware, right? Smart contract auditing firm called QuantStamp, and the application layer MakerDAO, Centrifuge, and Pantoro, MakerDAOs, and they're pretty much just talking about everything in general within this. And of course, when we're talking about Hedera, it's pretty much going to be, in my mind, the overall security layer for this, right? This is going to be the future of what this is going to become. Hedera is going to provide a ton of security for this. We've talked about this even in terms of MTech. I've always said that Hedera plays a huge role in pretty much a lot of these markets. And I personally believe that Hedera, being ABFT, that is going to be a huge key player for a lot of enterprises to really kind of adopt it. But also the metaverse has a ton of potential behind it in general. And, Hedera being the trust layer for a lot of this, it's going to play a massive role. Okay, and we even see here, HBAR Foundation partners with 3D game creator to spur metaverse growth. Now, this was actually a pretty big company, Metaverse it's called. And when we're talking about this, they say the metaverse is the future of human communication, collaboration, and commerce. The partnership brings the best-in-class services of metaverse and the Hedera network together to unlock the power of the metaverse for everyone. And of course, this is going to provide a ton of use case value behind it because it's going to allow metaverse to really kind of scale. Now, when we're talking about metaverse, this is something that you shouldn't disregard because they are already, mentioned on T-Mobile, Forbes, Digital Trends, Oracle, Media Monks as well. The future of marketing is virtual. This is huge, guys. The future of training is spatial. The future of creation is metaverse. This is going to be huge. I seriously think this is going to be such a massive partnership. I'm telling you, right now it seems small, but just wait until the future. Look at all the markets that they're in, or the industries that they're in. Training and simulations, retail and e-commerce, medical and healthcare, manufacturing, Internet of Things, education, architecture and real estate, automotive and transportation. This is truly going to be so much bigger than what anybody could really kind of, see. You go to their About page and really kind of see what they're focused on, their vision, their strategy, everything. Look at all their projects and stuff. 100 plus XR products and projects, 7 worlds first. 20,000 plus industry databases, 150,000 podcast listens. This is a huge, company. And I truly do think that when we're talking about the metaverse, look at their clients, by the way, their past clients, HBO, this Comcast, Adidas, Whirlpool, Qualcomm, this is a huge partnership, even Samsung. So, I strongly think that the metaverse is going to be massive, and I do think that this is going to play a huge key role in this, especially as we do kind of move forward on into a lot of the metaverse sort of adoption, and even in terms of corporations really kind of getting into the metaverse like Facebook and stuff. Also, we do see here HBAR has more substance to hype than any other coin on the market, side-by-side lengthening cycles. This could be huge for HBAR. Now, I did talk to you guys a little bit about the lengthening cycle. Also, I do apologize if you guys do hear sirens going past my house. But listen closely to this, okay, because this is key to really kind of focus on what is about to happen in 2022 if we do see a lengthening cycle. And let me just make sure that you guys could hear. So, yeah, you could.
Up until now, 2021, I think the community has coined this term, all substance, no hype. And in 2022, we are going to hype the substance. We have amazing content, and now it's the time to really get as many eyeballs onto that content as possible. And so we're very excited for those plans. Once we get budget approval, by the way, I'll come back on and share probably our whole strategic plan with the community, maybe even post the presentation or do a YouTube presentation, because we also want you, the community, to have a lot of visibility into the plans and be able to augment them as you like, or do things that are complementary to. So we want to be very transparent around our plans and goals, and solicit as much help from the community as possible to augment and complement as necessary.
So realistically speaking, they're obviously going to start marketing. They're going to start hyping this up in 2022, which I think is the perfect time to do so. I strongly believe that there is so much more that is going to happen in 2022. If we are in the lengthening cycle, that's even better. And when we're talking about that as well, we look at things that are being built in 2022, and there's so much more involved in the roadmap for Hedera. So I'm very excited for this, and I'm very happy about this. And with that in mind, I hope that you all enjoyed this video. If you guys did, definitely leave a like, subscribe to notifications on. If you guys don't want more free content, you guys are more than welcome to follow me on Twitter and join for Discord down in the description below. As always, I hope that you all have a beautiful day or beautiful night wherever you guys are in this video. This has been Nick. Peace out, guys.